Hey, thanks for everybody tuning in here tonight as we are live once again at the Darlington Raceway for the Helpful Hero Sports Club 200. This is going to be our 25th race of the season. That means just 2 races left until the playoffs. A wild race coming off the back burners at Daytona, where we got our 6th consecutive win. We'll see if we can go for 7 here tonight. We also broke the all-time wins record for the most wins in a single season in NASCAR as well. At least for the Xfinity Series, breaking Kyle Busch's 2010 record, where he won 13 races. We now have 14 wins on the season. And then also, coming into tonight's race, we have a chance to clinch the regular season championship. We don't need many points to do so, only 17 to mathematically clinch it here tonight. No matter how many points Briscoe is to score, both with the... he would have to win both stages of both races, and then win both races, both here tonight at Darlington as well as tomorrow night at Richmond, if he's going to want to get into the playoffs. So, yeah, we'll see if we can get going here. Kyle Larson fan, Tyler Burbeck, Oni, and DB Forever 85, welcome into the stream, as well as everybody else. Qualified 12th, I will be starting 11th here tonight, so we got a very fast race car. Did practice to get the setup tuned in as well. That is also going to help. No throwback scheme for myself in this race here. I will do that when I get to the Cup Series. At Darlington, we do see a couple throwback schemes in the field. Harrison Burton's going to be starting on the pole in this one after DNFing at Daytona, and Austin Cindric will be the lone driver to start at the rear. He's been starting at the rear a lot this season. Again, here tonight at Darlington. Dark Crypto, welcome to the stream as well. Green flag in the air. We're underway here at Darlington for race 2 here tonight. 5 laps in the opening stage.
Careful.
Schneider goes 3 wide to the bottom. Oh, it looked like he had it, and then the 68 kind of ran down into him. Don't really blame Brandon Brown for getting a little out of shape there. Schneider goes 3 wide into 3. Oh my goodness, he just stuck the 36 a little wide into the car who was on the outside, who ended up in the wall. Brandon Jones is going to slip by to the bottom of the racetrack as well. That was a little too aggressive down into turn 3, not going to lie.
Got one down low now. You're all clear on the bottom end.
Harrison Burton leads lap 1. Chastain to the inside of the 44 now. Tommy Joe Martins. Third place, Schneider slid into turn 3 again up the racetrack. Luckily that nobody knew was outside. Brandon Jones had that run off the banking, running that top lane. He almost got into the back of Schneider. Chase Briscoe is going to take over the race lead now up at the front. Massive run off turn 2.
Still there.
He gets underneath Tommy Joe Martin's little slide job into 3 and 4. That'll move him up to 4th place. Allgaier down to the bottom, got into the 99, who ends up in the wall, contact with the 19. Jones goes around down the front straightaway. Saves it, doesn't hit anything beyond that, nor another car or the wall, and we have our first caution of the race. Briscoe out in front after that first caution here tonight. Have an ugly start to this one. Yeah, when the next NASCAR game comes out, I will be doing the same stuff. Full race live streams. Realistic broadcast and everything.
You're coming to the green. Be ready here.
All right, green flag back in the air.
Green. Car high, careful. All right, you're clear.
Relied on another restart. That time he kept it clean though. Kind of needs to. The way the last one went.
Careful, still there.
A little too tight at 3 and 4. majority of the time, but he does move back inside the top 5. Black Ace, welcome to the stream. No, we got the win at Daytona. The race just ended super early tonight. Didn't want to do another race initially, but oh wow, wall guy really taking away that line that Schneider had, and Schneider had to check up. Allows LeBay to get by. Sieg on the inside as well. I don't know how Schneider was able to, well, I was about to say he kept it off the wall, and then he ended up in the wall anyway. So much for that.
Inside.
Whoa, man, he got loose.
All right, clear up. Clear all around there.
This car is not riding like it was in practice and qualifying. Definitely promise you when we have a lot of Cup Series races on the channel, we're definitely not going to have time for those. Those races are way too long anyway. I wouldn't even want to do it. Gonna loose that 99. Got it. 1 and 2, and around he goes. Hard into the outside wall. Noah Gragson piles in as well. Heavy damage to the 99. He just lost control, and the win streak is in jeopardy early. I don't know how he didn't DNF after that hit from Gregson as he spun into the outside wall. We have our second caution early. 12 seconds of damage, and that is not repairable. He's going to drop himself to the back here. He's going to make an adjustment. Take a round and a half, a wedge out of the car. It's likely going to tighten up with that damage. Matt Mills, Landon Castle, CJ McLaughlin all hit pit road as well.
Coming to the green.
They have fresher tires. Green flag back in the air. 2 early cautions tonight at Darlington. A couple guys spinning the tires there on the restart. Schneider's got some heavy damage to this race car. Briscoe leading this race. Schneider needs 17 points to clinch.
Careful, still there.
If Briscoe wins both stages and the last 2 races.
Car high, careful.
My goodness.
You're all
Pulled up and they got ran into from behind, getting into turn 3 there from Colby Howard.
Say hi, say hi.
We don't need to win it, but we'd like to keep this miraculous win streak alive.
Outside.
Hopefully these adjustments are going to be the way to go in this race car, because it is severely damaged and already fighting from behind. There you see the 13 of Chad Fincham, 92, excuse me, Josh Williams. Also with damage, and we noticed Noah Gregson obviously got a big piece in there in the 99. That was the hardest impact I think that we saw. Didn't hit the wall too hard. He was already on the outside and backed it into it. Not a whole lot of damage, as you see on the back bumper on the left side of the car. It's an impact that Gregson gave Dylan, and I'm surprised again that didn't end Schneider's day. It should have. That should have been the end of the race for him.
Stay on the bottom.
Another couple hits to that front bumper, and he's probably going to DNF
You're
anyway.
all clear up top.
How much damage there is already.
Still there?
David Starr's got some damage from that accident. We didn't have the big one at Daytona. We had the big one here at Darlington. A lot of cars torn up from that accident.
Still there. Car outside, hold the line.
They stepped over the edge just a little bit too much in 1 and 2, and it's a shame because he had a fast race car. He could just kind of hone it in. He was being way too aggressive early. And it cost him. You usually don't see that out of me. I've been feeling more and more brave because it's been a while since we DNF'd.
Still there.
Since back in mid-Ohio early in the season, and then been winning all these races. We were running aggressive but clean at Watkins Glen, and then we were running, you know, hard for that win at Road America. And we were running a little too hard at Daytona at times throughout that last race to get the win. Running hard early here at Darlington. I mean, it was just going to happen eventually. It happened there, but luckily he's not out of the race. And I'd say he's learned his lesson the hard way by being put back in traffic now with some heavy damage, so it's going to be tough to come back from. We'll see. 4 sets of tires in this race, don't forget that as well. He's having some temp issues. He's got to make sure that car doesn't start to overheat. Once it gets up into that 270 range with the oil temps, it's possibly going to start blowing smoke. Side traffic in front of him. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess it's still kind of threatening me. Underneath Brandon Brown. Brown gets sideways. Might have tagged the 99 of Balicki a tad bit as well, but we stay green. Only Kyle Larson can make that move at Darlington look clean.
Careful, still there. Careful, still there.
Just does not have the speed down the straightaways. Heavy damage, I mean that's where he's really lacking. He can carry a little bit more speed into the corner because of the less speed down the straightaways. Continue to go to work and try to get this car adjusted to where they need to be. How about Ryan Sieg leading this stage currently? Again, he's got to win this season. Why not get another playoff point here late in the regular season by trying to win the stage? He was up front late, actually. Finished in the second position at Daytona. Really won it. Wes Schneider did the lead with about a lap and a half to go.
Stay low. All right, clear outside. More left, no mistake.
20 to go, stage one against Seagout in front. Schneider's about 20 seconds off the lead. That's yeah, for sure. It does not look good at all. Made a little bit of adjustments after the accident. Again, the 5-second damage policy. We cannot repair the damage. It's at 12 seconds worth. And he needs to take care of this car the rest of the way. He doesn't DNF. I mean, he can't afford too many more Darlington stripes. So we got a couple of those early on. Again, he's just kind of stepping over the edge way too early in the race, especially.
Stay low, stay
Around
low.
Ray Black Jr. right now, and it looks like he will for 14. Slowly trying to climb himself out of this hole. 18 to go, stage one. Underneath Ross Chastain off turn 2 as they're side by side for 13th. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3.
Careful, still there.
Center gassed it up in the center. Clears Ross Chastain. Still trying to get the most out of this race car possible. Because boy, he's digging. Perhaps a fun show to watch this championship points leader trying to navigate his way through traffic. Look at Jesse Little kind of holding the bottom. Snyder's going to take the outside into the corner. Now trying to cross Little over in the middle of 3 and 4. He gets down to the bottom, but he can't complete the pass. Little gets the run off the bank. Welcome to the stream.
Careful, still there.
And getting underneath Jesse Little, not able to get around it. That's the lack of the engine power down the straightaways. I mean, you just can't even really side draft him. It's not doing anything. Man, that car got loose off turn 2. It's going to clear Little before getting into turn 3 this time. That's going to help. Downforce in these race cars, too. It's not help at this racetrack. He's doing the most with what he's got. Let's see if he'll defy the odds. He'll try to keep a tire strategy on him, see if that's going to help, obviously, at all in this race. He'll pit at the end of the first 2 stages, and then he'll give himself 2 fresh sets for the final stage, and we'll see if the cautions might pan out for him. Really about all he's got to try and win it. I mean, honestly, considering he's got 12 seconds of damage, the adjustments he's already made have worked himself up to 12th now on this long run to the end of stage number 1. He's still got 12 more laps to decide where the top 10 will end up.
Still there. All right, you're clear there.
Slides up in front of Martins pretty easily off turn 2. Yeah, I crashed in turns 1 and 2. I mean, I just stepped over the edge just a little bit. Car got a little loose on me and went around, backed it into the outside wall. Didn't have too much damage, but then Noah Gregson, who had nowhere to go on the outside right behind me, just piled right into my front bumper, and that's why we have the 12 seconds of damage. Because you can see there's a little bit of damage on the back bumper, but it's not too terrible. Most of that damage was from Gregson piling in. Tough break for Timmy Hill early in the 35th position. Already a lap down. His chances of making the playoffs not looking too good considering he's 25th in points coming in. If he's 60 points or more, or I should say more than 60 points out, considering he would have a tiebreaker with the Talladega win this season. If he's 60 or more, or say it again, if he's more than 60 points out, he will not qualify for the playoffs. More than 60 back from 20th, that is. Coming into this race is just more than 60 back. He might not even have a chance, despite how he might do it. And if he says goes on to win.
Careful, still there. All right, you're clear.
Don't believe Keegan crashes a certified right now. I just lost control of it. I was racing a little too aggressively there early and trying to push the car too hard. And I overstepped it in 1 and 2. Literally, what, probably 12 laps into the race. Maybe not even. wasn't like we had old tires either.
Careful, still there.
Still overdrove it.
All right.
And that was after practice and qualifying, which is the worst thing. It's not like we didn't practice and qualify. We didn't know what we had going in. Like, I had the setup. I just pushed it too hard. Ooh, man, Justin Haley, it's hard to tell if he got in the wall there off turn 2. He was running pretty wide. Finished third at Daytona, led late. The must-win situation to make the playoffs. Oh boy, 3 wide. Lap car on the outside that actually really held up Haley enough that Schneider was able to get back inside the top 10 and clear Haley off turn 4.
Got one down low now. You got room. You're clear there.
I don't think this car's handling any better with this damage, but he's just trying to get the most out of it he can.
Stay high up there. All right, you're clear there.
Pulls out of the way, lets Schneider go. Damage cannot be repaired under the 5-second damage clock if you're just tuning in. We have 12 seconds worth of damage from an early accident. We've had 2 cautions very early in the race. None since, so a longer green flag run at least to the end of stage 1. Car was quick coming in, started 11th. One of the best starting and qualifying efforts we've had on an oval in this entire career mode for the Xfinity Series. Stuck with what he's got. All he can do is try to make adjustments to get this thing as fast as possible. It's going to be tough to compete for a win, but the fact he's even inside the top 10 and 9th place still is impressive. Right front tires starting to wear out quite a bit as well now late in the run. Only 4 laps to go, though. A lot of that is probably because of the damage that was ensued, means it couldn't have been repaired. Bit of contact there with David Starr in the middle of 1 and 2. Nothing too major.
Still there. Car outside, hold the line. You got
3
room.
wide
You're
move.
clear. Car outside.
Seen 3 wide quite a bit already at Darlington tonight.
Car on the outside now. All right, clear outside. You got room. You're clear there.
Two to go, stage 1.
I need 2 more install left, bud. Here we go.
So he's got a 14. Oh!
That'll earn you a few
Well,
stage points.
that happened. Did we seriously have more damage because of that? It's only 2 seconds. I guess not that much worse. What the hell? Ugh. I said we weren't getting a DNF because of that again. Well, at least we didn't DNF, so still sticking true to my word. Ryan Sieg wins stage 1 here tonight at Darlington. Gonna take a little bit of tape off the race car. That's the only adjustment this time with the 4 fresh tires. We didn't repair the damage, did we? I think I repaired the damage.
Almost ready now.
Oh, why'd I do that? Go back! I did not mean to do that. Well, now we're gonna have way too loose of a race car, too. So, I'm gonna have to... Oh, man, that got tight. I'm gonna have to get myself a...
Stay on the bottom.
Get myself a penalty for that one.
Got a car high now.
I'm gonna have to give myself a penalty for that. So I don't repair the damage. I was trying to make the quick adjustments because I changed my controller out. And then I forgot to put no on the damage repair. NASCAR is super loose now with all those adjustments that were made. Just trying to hang on to it for now, but I've got to give myself 2 pass-through penalties. Gonna run another lap here, and then I'm gonna give myself a pass-through penalty, and then I'll run a couple more laps to give myself another pass-through.
Still there?
Because I just broke my own rule unintentionally. I mean, this will put me in a hole like we already were, even more of a hole, so it's only right. I did not mean to do that.
Stay on the bottom here.
Now if we win this race, it's not going to seem legitimate. I mean, it might. It depends how far back we're going to fall with 2 pass-through penalties. But they both have to be under green.
Stay low, stay low.
Center's 3 wide down the backstretch, but he's coming into the pits anyway. Very tough pit road to get onto.
Slow down.
Just to make sure he doesn't speed. That'd be a double whammy. Well, here's the 1 pass-through penalty. I will not repair the damage the rest of the night as well. Nope, no adjustments. I'm not making adjustments during these pass-throughs. That would not be fair either. Well, there's no... I could run into the wall and damage the car again, but the problem is that if I did try to ram the car into the wall, I might actually DNF. So... I don't want to do that because we weren't out of the race. The 2 pass-through penalties. There's 1.
All right, now stay big day.
Mind you, we're in stage 2. They both have to be under green. Can't make any adjustments during them. I mean, this is going to put us in a hole. If we come back from this... I think it'll be a legitimate win after, you know, even though our car's not, and I'm not going to repair damage the rest of the race.
Stay low. All right, you're clear.
You know what, to add on to it too, I'm not going to repair, or I'm not going to make any adjustments the rest of the race. Either what we got is what we got. I'm going to punish myself severely for this. So if the car's too loose, I'm going to have to drive it loose the final over 100 laps. Well, I guess we're just under 100 to go now, but still. Final 90 whatever lap. Well, we're about to wreck again anyway. Well, that's it. I mean, what the heck? I had it coming. I don't even know how I lost control on that one. Well, it's because the car's loose, that's why. I wasn't... Oh my god. Well, that's the 3rd DNF of the season. I think we already broke the record. Do I have 2 streams up on the channel right now? I guess I deserved it. Unintentionally deserved it. I didn't mean to repair the damage anyway, but We should, honestly, though, after that first accident, knowing this game and everything, but not only knowing the game, we wrecked hard enough. We should have DNF'd when we wrecked early in the race. We got hit hard from Gregson right in the front bumper. Like, we were sitting backwards and just got nailed head on when we spun. So we should have been out of the race at that point anyway. So much for the doubleheader. Well, that's what I get for also doing a doubleheader when I said I wasn't going to do anymore. So. Oh, jeez. That's what I get. It's what I get. It's all my fault, man. All my fault. At least we won Daytona. Didn't give it a realistic broadcast there either, but at the same time, I should have DNF'd earlier. Oh well. And I deserved it. And I messed it up. I just messed this whole race up. I apologize, but it's what I get. It's what I get. Well, we go on to Richmond in the next race. Well, yeah, I failed the incentive bonus, so I think that's the first time in this season I've done it. Who's the best? Kiki Schneider is the best. So many drivers agree with me. Sounds like a cocky comment at the same time, but I'll take the compliment there, Justin. Yep, we'll try again tomorrow night at Richmond. Smooth driving all the... Yeah. Yep. Very smooth. Smooth indeed. Okay, we can definitely get 2 top 5s in 3 races. Probably not at Richmond, but... this is not the way you want to go out at the end of the regular season, and... Okay, well, we clinched the regular season championship, so we got an extra 15 playoff points coming anyway. So, yeah, we're easily locked into the playoffs. We got to look at the finishing results. This randomization of the finishing order might actually help Timmy Hill, because he was 35th. Ryan Sieg goes to victory lane. The right guy won the race. He won stage 1. He was leading stage 2 at the time of the wreck. Ryan Sieg will get his second win of the season. Daniel Hemrick finishes in second. Brandon Jones third. Harrison Burton fourth. Justin Allgaier fifth. Austin Cindric sixth. Alex LeBay seventh. Jesse Little eighth. Ninth was Ross Chastain. Jeffrey Earnhardt rounds out the top 10. And the Timmy Hill watch finished 18th. Decent run there. I don't know if that's going to be enough to get him in the top 20 points, but we'll see. No, he's racing Ray Black, and Ray Black outscored him by 3, so I don't think that he's going to be able to do it. And Briscoe finished 31st. Tough break for him, so that's why he's taken out. So even though we DNF, we have clinched the regular season championship with a race to go going into Richmond. So, all right. Oh, we got something to cheer about. Didn't get a lot of money after that either, so. And we failed the incentive bonus already, but. On to the work plan. Rest in peace, Timmy Hill. Yeah, we'll check the overall standings here after we get done with this. To work on the Super Speedway chassis still. Likely not going to run another season. But you never know. We got to upgrade that regardless. And we will be maxed out when we go to Richmond, 95, 95, and 95. Take a look at the season statistics. Led 880 laps, 20 top 10s, 18 top 5s, 14 wins. 3 DNFs now in the season, unfortunately. Still with the 3 DNFs and 4 finishes total outside the top 10, a 6.5 average finish. If we didn't DNF in those 3 races, I just wonder, I would assume we could have at least definitely finished top 20 in those 3 races. Mid-Ohio, we would have finished top 3, I'm sure of it. That race, it's hard to tell because we got in that wreck early, giving ourselves the damage, and we wrecked, obviously, out of the race late, so it would have been tough to tell. I know we had a fast car going in. They gave you slippery tires, yeah. Let's see, what else? And then we DNF'd at Homestead, and we got turned by Balicki. I don't think we would have won that race either, but we had a top 10 car. I mean, that average finish could easily be a lot better. It was at 5.8, but that was before we won at Daytona, so it was probably even lower than a 5.8. It's probably now near like a 5.5. Now it's up to 6.5, so that kind of stinks. But 8 races to go in the season. Still 18 career wins in the Xfinity Series, so we'll try to move up the leaderboard there in these final 8 career races, assuming we win the championship. And that's the big thing here. We got the playoffs rolling around. We clinched the regular season championship, so the only thing we're racing for at Richmond is more playoff points. Try to win a stage or 2. Try to win the race. That's literally all we're racing for in that one, and we're racing for more money as well to help us out with the Cup Series next season, so we can get started off decently there. So we need to win that championship. All right, so the Timmy Hill watch. I don't think he's going to get inside the top 20. Still 25th in points. Ray Black Jr.'s got 37 plus 27. I think that's right. Yeah, 37 plus 27 be 64. So Timmy Hill's 64 points out. So mathematically, Timmy Hill cannot get inside the top 20 points. So the same thing that happened to Chad Fincham last year, where he had that win at Daytona, but he did not qualify for the playoffs, happens again this year. But this year it's with Timmy Hill, because he's not in the top 20 in points. He's 25th now. He is much higher than what Fincham was last year. I think Fincham was like 13th last season. He's 32nd this year. But tough break, because Timmy Hill last season was in the top 20 in points all year. I think he finished like 15th or 16th in points. Had a great season. If he just would have had that with that win, at Dega this year, he would have been in the playoffs no problem. But that lack of stage points, only 4 stage points all season, scored in only 2 different races, and one of those was just at Daytona 2 races ago. So that's really where he ended up lacking to get inside the top 20 this year. Because he has at least 3, maybe 4 top 10s on the season. Well, I guess we could check. He's got 3 top 10s and 1 top 5, which was that win at Vegas. Average finish of a 22.4. His average finish is better than the standings. So he's ran better. He's just not getting those stage points. Well, even 22. I mean, that wouldn't be the top 20 anyway. But down season from last year for Timmy, despite the win at Dega. But at least he got that first career win out of the way. So, knowing Timmy Hill's not going to get into the top 10, that helps these drivers in the playoffs without a win. Because currently, that would only give us 8 different winners, and that would actually make the playoffs with their win. Chase Briscoe's in on points currently. Chase Briscoe's locked into the points. He can't fall out, and we're not going to get more than 1 different winner the rest of the regular season at this rate, with only one race before the playoffs. So he's in. Austin Cindric is locked in because Allgaier can't move ahead of him. So Chase Briscoe, Austin Cindric, they're locked in on points. Just 2 more spots still open up. Brandon Jones is too far back. Well, he's not too far back mathematically. I guess he'd be 48 points behind Allgaier, so he could still pass Allgaier. If he does that and we get another different winner behind these guys in points, then Allgaier would be eliminated. But if Jones can't outscore Allgaier by 48 points, then that means Jones would be eliminated if we get another different winner below the cutoff line. Plus, we have to look at who is behind Jones in points, and that would be Noah Gragson. Gragson could still point his way in right now. He's the only driver that could actually point his way in, because then Clements is behind these guys, and he doesn't have a win this season. I was thinking he did earlier, but I guess he didn't. That was last season he won a race, but I was thinking he won another one this year. Anyway, Noah Gragson would be 45 points back. So Gragson would have to outscore Brandon Jones by 45 points if he's going to want to make the playoffs. Let me put that in a Google document here real quick so I don't forget, so we have that for when we go to Richmond tomorrow night. All right, so Brandon Jones, 45 points above the cutoff line. Noah Gregson would be minus 45. And then Noah Gregson, or sorry, not Noah Gregson, Justin Allgaier. Be plus 48 above Jones. Then the drivers who would make the playoffs with a win at Richmond would be Jeremy Clements, Justin Haley, Alex LeBay, Riley Herbst, Jesse Little, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Ray Black Jr., and Tommy Joe Martins if Martins can outscore Ray Black. Nemechek mathematically can get inside the top 20 still, so can Josh Bilicki. And I think that's where we draw the line. Yeah, 58 on Green. So, well, I guess I guess Green would have to win both stages and the race. And and Ray Black Jr. would have to finish last. So, I guess he's not mathematically out of it yet, but he's pretty close to being mathematically out. Thanks for everybody tuning in here tonight for especially Daytona, not so much this one, but hey, thanks. I appreciate your support as always. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. I will see you guys tomorrow night, Richmond, whenever I can get home after work, and yeah, we'll go live from there. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll wrap up the regular season tomorrow. Again, appreciate the support as always. Have a good rest of your night.